Hey, Star Wars fans and Rule the Galaxy fans. It is a fun little sideshow that we're doing here. I always say sideshow, and I don't know why, but we did this out of the blue. We watched the trailer. It is Joe in the pilot seat. It's Rule the Galaxy. We're not even going to put a number on this one because it's a an extra show, and it's me and Chunk. If you're watching on YouTube right now, Chunk is with me, also known as Alfie. We're going to talk about the Skeleton Crew, and we're not going to get way deep into the trailer. We'll watch it and talk about it. But the big thing about it was Alfie, I had fun watching that trailer.
That was a lot of fun. And I say it all the time. That's what we've been missing here for a little bit.
I would agree with you. It's what's missing. I'm hoping that Stephen Kent is watching it and he's getting the fun out of it that he discussed. And I'm still getting used to the new microphone, so hopefully it sounds all right. But um, I will just say this: you think about Star Wars and you think about John Williams and things like that. But I heard Major Tom coming home,
Yes.
and I was 100% bought in and sold on that.
One. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's in Huttese.
Okay, so you mentioned that. It's in
Yes.
Hati, so where it says "coming home," do we know, does it say "coming home" or does it say "coming to Now Hutta"?
I really don't know that for sure.
I mean, they don't say Earth in Major Tom, right? Don't they just say "coming home"?
No,
I
he
mean,
says Earth because he
Earth
says Earth
below us.
below us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Earth below us. We're gonna have to have somebody out there who's really into this, go look and see in the Huttese language if he says Earth below us or if he says something else.
Yeah. I definitely did not have a 1980s German New Age pop song playing during a Star Wars trailer on my bingo card today, but I'm here for it. I love it. Thought it was
Well,
great.
I agree, and my son Joey sent it over to me before we started talking about it, and the first thing I thought when I heard the music was, "Man, they got me again. They did an AI, they put this synth pop in it, and now I'm gonna be like, I really like this, and that's not what it's gonna be like." But then you sent me things, and I started looking online, and there it was with that music, so I think we're gonna go with it.
Yeah. I liked it.
Me too.
It's new. It was fun. Do I want that every trailer?
No.
No, but I think this it really cleansed the palette of other things. I think.
I would agree with you. Now my question is this gonna are we gonna have music like this throughout the series? Not maybe this song, but is the actual theme of the series going to be something in this motif, or is it gonna be more what we're accustomed to with a John Williams feel?
I don't know. I think it would be kind of fun to have some actual music rather than just a score. I mean, they're kids
Right?
and music exists in Star Wars, so why wouldn't they have a Star Wars iPod or something?
Nope. I agree. I really liked it a lot. I'm gonna turn a little bit. I'm gonna turn the mic and myself because I've got the video to my right. It's 1 minute and 59 seconds. So I'm just gonna play it a little bit and hopefully you can hear it. So when we started off, they were in the 2 seats, and it reminded me 100% of Ferris Bueller. It got me Charlie Sheen and Jennifer Grey sitting in the police department when they
Mhm.
were sitting there. And I'm gonna mute because you talk, I've lost my voice.
Oh my gosh, you want me to talk by myself? That's a rough one. But yeah, I really liked this trailer. I liked the feel of it. I really liked the way that it looked. It looked very cinematic. Uh, you know how I feel about the other show, and if you go back and listen to
Right,
the our discussions on the trailer, I had those complaints that even in the trailer it looked off, it looked fake.
right. Hey, look at this. We're doing a just a side little episode. Luke Sheehan. That was a great trailer. I don't think the music was a very big deal for me. It was very fun. Luke, we both agree with you. The music was fun. We need to cleanse the palate and move on to fun in Star Wars, and I think this is leading the way. I think after the meetup in the school where they were meeting the principal or their parents, Then we've got them out on the speeder bike with the sidecar, which was fantastic. And the little girl, and I know their names, Fern, Lim, and KB, I think. One of them found something buried in the outside. So that was pretty cool. What do you have?
Well, I'm not really watching the trailers because I'm on my phone, sitting in my truck, sweating my ass off right now because it's.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying when we're talking about those things, we talked about last night. Brent, or the other night, Brent brought up and said there was an episode about friends, right?
Right.
And my thought was, it's a formed family, it's a
Right.
found family,
A
and
little motley crew of kids that come
yeah,
together on an adventure. I like it.
exactly. Thanks again, Luke. I can't wait to see this show now as well. Let's talk about it real quick. We see um, Wim and we see Fern. Is KB, or was KB the one we were seeing? I don't know. I can't remember those characters yet. I've got to get them locked into my head. I know we see Neil, um, and then Jod shows up, which we can talk about him. He shows up, seems a little angry. Got some deals for the kids to help them get out of trouble. There we go. KB has a visor, I believe. There we go. Thank you, Luke. So that was cool. But did you notice that droid pirate SM-33 was doing some voiceover? I thought that was really great.
Yeah, he was kicking some butt too.
Look at that, Dr. Squatch joining us. I think this is fantastic. He's excited for the show. Seems fun. Alfie, I'm going to play just a little bit while we're sitting here because it's 2 minutes long. I love the graphics, by the way. Look, very 80s graphics. The words for the titles. So it looks like they find a ship underground where the young character found something underground. Looks like they find a ship which takes off and they're all kind of screwed from there. Right? Neil, KB, Wim, and Fern. I don't know where it takes them to though. Do you remember watching? Because there they go. It looks like a U-wing almost. It
Right.
does
It
look
does
like a U-wing.
have kind of a U-wing. Almost looks like the ship, which I mean, it's only in the movie for like 5 seconds, but the Knights of Ren ship.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And it's got the tail end. Doesn't the tail end of Oshi or whatever? Doesn't the back of that have that with the four?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the 4 engines.
Yeah, the four engines on the back. So in the ship, there's KB with the goggles on. As we stated, I think they can come off. So she's in there with Neil, Wim, and Fern. They're flying. They fly to some space station. They're at like some huge space station with all these people and 4 kids, and they go to try to pay with Republic credits. Are we thinking the Republic credits were in that ship?
Yeah, I think they were in the ship. Probably
Okay.
good.
Good. And then Jod shows up, helps get him out of trouble, and says, "I'm going to cut you a deal. I'm going to get you back, but we're going to make a partnership." What the heck does that mean? We've got a former Jedi. What kind of a partnership is he looking for?
Well, in the previous trailer, wasn't he in jail? Weren't they all in jail, I think, or at least behind some bars, and he uses the force to get a
Get him
key?
out? Okay. Look at this. Luke is bringing all kinds of knowledge to us, Alfie. SM-33 looks cool. That's the space pirate, the robot. It does look like a U-wing. The Knights of Ren ship is the Night Buzzard, and Oshi's ship is and we're going to find out. Oh, the Bestoon Legacy. So at least I remember the engines on those ships, and so there's some coming together of all those. But I can see that if he gets him out of jail and says, "I'll cut you out of jail," what's the partnership that he's got to form? I don't know what that even plays
Well,
into.
they have a ship, and he doesn't.
Well, holy crap, Alfie! There you go. So he's in jail with them. They're on the space station. They've got a ship. The partnership is, "I'll get you home."
Right.
Okay. Let's take another little quick stab here and see what's going on. It's all in the dark, which, as an old man, I'm not liking the dark. Um, and then he goes to Neil and says, "I need you to take the controls." Everybody kind of freaks out. I'm gonna guess Neil is not quite the pilot.
Probably not. Um, and I think in the previous trailer they showed, was it him or someone else in the gunner position?
Neil or Jod?
One of the kids, I think, was in the gunner.
I
So I think they're all going to get a crash course in flying in adventure here.
Okay. Man, again, this just looks absolutely awesome. Okay, we see them out in space, it looks like, on some kind of harness. Was that the kids out there being dragged along by those cords?
Or maybe the pirates, they use look like grappling claws,
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah. Because right at that time, that's when Jod's telling them that there's space pirates out there to get them.
So I agree. You said before we got on that this gave you a Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So if this ship is from the Republic era, the old Republic era, it seems like it has some pre determined coordinates, maybe.
Okay.
Or is there something on this ship that the pirates want? Does the ship have a map to something that the pirates want? It kind of seems like we're going to go with the Goonies legend here, or
Okay. One eye
Alice.
Willie.
They have a map that leads to One-Eyed Willie's ship, basically,
Right.
or they're on One-Eyed Willie's ship, something to that extent. Because I think the last shot shows them open a door, and it looked like there were some golden artifacts or something. A big, head.
Yes. That is where I got the Raiders of the Lost Ark feel. Was they open down the hallway? There's a big head or idol. I do love the SM-33. That was awesome. But we're almost there. They're somewhere underground. There's some creature chasing them. X-wings everywhere. Space pirates everywhere. I mean, how does this not give you the thrills as a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, it got me. I'm hooked. I live for a great trailer, and I think this was a really great trailer.
I would agree. If they've had this hidden away for a while, man, this is some fun stuff right here. I mean, we've got space pirates, kids, X-wings, we've got adventure, we've got a lost Jedi or a forgotten Jedi, all right here in the first minute and 20 seconds.
Right.
Let's see what else here real quick. Okay, Jod just pulls a knife. Okay, so Jod pulled a knife out of it looked like a dead person stuck on the wall. Kind of like a One-Eye Willie situation again, how those
Right.
pirates were
Mm-hmm.
caught with the booby traps because he mentions booby traps right
Right.
then. And
Yeah, it even shows some booby traps there. I think some lasers that come out along
yes,
the walls.
yep.
Yeah, it's easy to see where they got the inspiration for the series. They're leaning into that nostalgia pretty hard, and I like it.
Okay, so this thing it does look like the golden idol from Indiana Jones, but it's huge and it's up against a wall, and there looks like there's other treasure in this room. It's a lit up
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a treasure room. I don't know if that mask is a good mask or a bad mask, but they're looking at it, and it's kind of at the end of the hallway. Definitely, that's where it gave me the Indiana Jones vibe right there. Um, yeah, so all characters, uh, Fern, Wim, KB, and Jod, are all staring at that idol at the end of the hallway. But also with the music, it gave me a little feel of Stranger Things.
Yep.
Got that
But
80s,
that was the big appeal of Stranger Things, was that it reminded you of Goonies and E.T.
100%. Okay. So I do have to throw something at you. One, we've talked about it. The music, fun. The action looks fun. Having kids do an adventure, fun. A lost or hidden Jedi, great fun. Space pirates. I mean, we're hitting all the high notes right
Right.
now to bring people to this show. One thing that I was looking at before we hopped on, because there's a lot. We talked about it. We have so much Star Wars in our life now. The characters, it's hard to grab all the characters, all the planets, all the ships. We used to have everything memorized, but we only had 3 movies to worry about that. Yes, Luke, love stories about treasure hunting. This should be great. I agree. But while I was looking at the characters, I came across the actress Haley Webb, which I had not done a lot of research on this yet. But Jude Law's name is Jod Na Nawood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Haley Webb's character's name is Jedi Nina, not Wood. And are they brother and sister? Are they husband and wife? Are they? I'm thinking I saw somewhere wife. So could that be a flashback to him looking back and maybe one of the reasons he's off on his own and hidden away? I don't know. But did you know
Interesting.
anything about that?
No, I did not. I'm going to have to look into that. I've actually been busy today at work, so I've checked my sites after I saw this dropped a few times, but I haven't had too much time to look into it.
Well, all I know is it's good to have a good little hidden story as to why somebody's off on their own. And again, I don't know if it's sister, if it's wife, some relationship, but she was listed right there in the characters, and I thought, "This is the first I've heard of anything," and she was listed as a Jedi.
So is she the actress from like Better Call Saul?
Let me look and see real quick. Haley Webb, Haley Webb, Skeleton Crew, Haley Webb, IMDb. Let's go look and see. She was in. She's known for Blonde, Joyeux Noel, Teen Wolf, the movie. It looks, or the TV series. I'm going back through here. Teen Wolf, the movie, 2023. SWAT, Hawaii Five O TV series, Lethal Beauty. Again, TV, Teen Wolf, the TV series. I'm not seeing anything on.
Okay. I just saw something about someone from Better Call Saul today, so I wasn't sure who it was. Like I said, I hadn't gotten to look into it too much.
So she is Haley Webb, born in Fairfax, Virginia. She began acting professionally at 15. That's all I've got right now. I don't know her very well, but she was listed again. Check and see whether it's wife, sister, or something as having the same last name as Jod.
Interesting. How, if this is set in the Mandiverse world, how would, and I say it all the time, it's Space Wizard, so age really shouldn't matter, but you wonder how old he actually is. Maybe he just doesn't age, the same as humans.
Luke brought this up because we saw some of the parents of the kids in the trailer, right? They
Right.
were worried about their kids, but we also saw the hologram saying, don't give up or
Right.
don't quit, whatever. Maybe that was the wife of Jod, and maybe that was her. So, Luke, that's a good call. Completely forgot about that hologram. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on there in less than 10 minutes.
And see, I mean, we always want more Jedi, but this is something I constantly bring up when you put a Jedi in your story. That kind of takes you out of the story because instantly I want to know how old are they? Did they survive Order 66? Were they a Padawan? Were they a knight? Whereas if it was just a different type of character, I wouldn't care so much.
Yeah. Let's see if this is again during the Ahsoka and during the Ahsoka Mando era, right? So that would have been after Return of the Jedi. So 35 years after Revenge of the Sith, he could have been a youngling.
Right. Well, Balin was still alive in Ahsoka, but he appeared much older looking than Jude Law does.
Yeah.
But then again, it's just age. It doesn't matter. It's not something you get focused on.
It's Space Wizards.
Right. You're still going to want to know, like, how he survived, what's his connections to the Order, etc.
Nope. I got you. Well, Alfie, I appreciate you breaking away from work. I'm taking my lunch break right here as well because I was like, you know what, I want to. If it would have just been a trailer, where I'd have been like, okay, that's okay. I wouldn't have said anything, but I sent you guys a quick text and I was like, I feel like I want to talk about this. It was that exciting.
It was a really good trailer. It's definitely one that gets my blood pumping here. I definitely have a Star Wars nerd Woody over this one, so I'm with you.
Well, and in our last few episodes, let's face it, we've had just fun conversations because
Right.
not a ton to talk about. There's side stories, comics, action figures, things like that. But we want to have relative things to talk about, especially with brand new relative things. And I feel like this is getting us all. I know D Doc is going to be jazzed when he
Right.
finally watches this.
And
Uh,
it's just a trailer.
yeah,
The show could be total garbage, but already it looks a lot better than the last series, especially the children.
yeah,
We're dealing with child actors again, and I don't want to, drag anyone down. That's not fair. But at the end of the day, you're a director, you make choices, you direct them a certain way, and they look a lot more natural in this series than they did the last one.
I agreed. It was almost like let them be kids,
Right.
right? So look again. Thank you for doing this, Luke.
Hey, no problem.
Luke and Dr. Squatch, thanks for hopping on with this. Again, we don't usually do this, but I just wanted to have a little spark and a little fun with Star Wars. And I'll go back to Stephen Kent saying it. Can we just have fun in Star Wars again? And yes, it was just a trailer, but actually, I was jazzed. I feel like I can't wait now for a month. It's going
Yeah,
to be a month, and we're going to have this going, and it's going to be fun right before the holidays. So I'm excited about it. But hey, Alfie, thanks for hopping on and doing this.
hey, no
And you know what?
problem.
We'll talk. I'm sure we're going to be right back on the text chain with D Doc and Brent going over more things we're finding. But go do some research on that actress and that hologram and see if that was her. And let's be ready for Skeleton Crew.
Let's go.
You got it, brother. Thanks everybody for hopping on. We'll drop this in the podcast just for fun as well. But thanks for having a quick conversation with me, Alf. And can't wait for Skeleton Crew. We'll talk to you guys all real soon.
All right.
See ya. Bye bye.